I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now. Now, having watched that back-to-back twice, that's fake. And I'm not talking about Psycho Steve. Obviously, he thinks he's doing a wrestling bit, even if this is all on the up and up. But Raj's reaction is completely wrong. It's all wrong. And when you watch it close and look at his reaction, you're going to see that too. The story is that he was not involved in this and that the whole altercation happened because Psycho Steve came up and hit him with the can. Well, watch it again, because if this is a work, what else is a work? All right, so I will have put a preview that shows that midway through this video, I'm going to decide that parts of this story are not real, okay? And it's going to happen in real time. So in the first half of the video, I don't know, whatever, 10 minutes, where I'm talking about other stuff, and I am saying people who think that this fight is a work are dumbbells, okay? And you're like, didn't I just see you in the preview say that you think that this is not real? Okay. That's why. Is because you are going to see me decide in real time watching the scene that is what's going on. So buckle in. We got a lot to talk about because we also get to hear from Psycho Steve, the victim in this whole thing. Now, it's Sunday night. I had already done this video completely. It was done, uploaded, everything ready to go. And then I got this notification that Nate Wilcox released this article on the MMA draw where you can most likely see a hit piece coming on me at some point. You know, maybe it'll be honest, or maybe it'll be incredibly dishonest and just meant to slander me because I disagree with them politically. I'm not sure. But either way, he did a great job in this article, and they really did a solid research, completely covered this story top to bottom, and there's new information related to the status of the victim, and that Raja actually has an accomplice here, that they are saying that the wrestlers in the organization are recommending should be prosecuted with Raja Jackson. Okay. And by the way, just so we're being consistent, I am recording this after I did the whole video. So when I say that in the beginning of this video, that I think some of this was dishonest, I want to just be very clear what I'm saying. I'm saying the initial part of this story where the dude hit Raja with the can, which supposedly was this organic thing that happened. It was a misunderstanding. Raja was not in on it. I do not believe that anymore. I think Raja was in on that based on a close examination of that footage. And I think when you watch it, you'll probably see what I see. I'll be curious, honestly. Listen, I change my mind all the time. You can tell me in the comments, but I think Raja was in on it, which makes this attack even more egregious because it's like, dude, you agreed to this. So I want to give you the new information status on the victim, some really horrific details also about the attack itself, and then who the accomplice is. And then I'm going to let you hear from the victim himself, his own words, explaining his involvement in this organization and so on and so forth. But this is the status that I wanted to show you. Okay, so Douglas Malo is the guy who successfully pulled Rampage's son off of Psycho Stu while he was having his face beaten in. So this is exactly what he said. Okay, so Douglas Malo, a wrestler, was involved in the ensuing melee, stopped the Jacksons' alleged attack, told USA Today in an interview that Smith was awake and talking, but had broken bones in his face and had lost a lot of teeth. Malo added that Smith could be released from the hospital on August 24th. He was choking on his own blood and teeth. Somebody reminded me there's kids here, and I was like, oh my God. Choking on his own blood and teeth. Now, this is where we get into who they are proposing his accomplices that should be also prosecuted, okay? Honestly, I'm very curious what you guys are going to think about this. I'm kind of on the fence about it. As he's taken from the backstage area into the crowd, Jackson is told by a wrestler identified by Malo as Andre Joel Hudson to, quote, give him his receipt. A receipt is a wrestling term for an equal response to a previous transgression. And Jackson says, as long as I get my lick back, I'm straight. Hey, so he hit you with a prop can, you barely moved, so you knocked his teeth down his throat and he choked on it and you broke his face. Okay, dude. So Malo described Hudson as a friend of Jackson's and a hothead. Quote, you're gassing this volatile person that you know has anger issues up. Then you basically convince him to go out there and ruin his life and another man's life, all so you can feel like you're somebody big. Then he's talking about the kid who was traumatized. He said, that kid's sitting there like, are you okay? Was that real? What's happening? Why didn't anybody help him? You could see the fear on his face. Malo called for Jackson and Hudson to be prosecuted for the incident. And he said, quote, this is just absurd on its face. Okay. So again, I don't know what you guys think about the idea that this other dude who was gassing him up is an accomplice who should also be prosecuted. But for sure, absolutely 1000%, Raja should be prosecuted. And I also heard from someone in the comments so far that they said that there were not going to be charges because Psycho Stu was not pressing charges. And I had this really bizarre emotional reaction to that where I was like, I don't know how I feel about that, dude. You know, because under normal circumstances, two men fight, one guy gets fucked up. It's like, dude, you don't press charges. The whole, like, you fought and you lost. It's like, you know, but this is, I actually helped me clarify my own feelings on this to where I'm like, this is not a fight at all. This is a situation that was set up under false pretenses, and this dude broke this guy's face and knocked his teeth down his fucking throat. He should be prosecuted. Like, I'm sorry. This is the world that I prefer that we live in, like Law and Order. You know, when the fucking guy shot and killed the CEO of United Healthcare, I'm like, I'm not saying fucking, you think I'm saying pharmaceutical or like insurance company executives are like good dudes. I'm saying I don't want to live in a world where a single vigilante can come and murder a guy downtown New York and not get prosecuted. Like, you people say they are like, he's a hero. You don't want to live in that world. And I don't want to live in a world where this kind of shit is acceptable because, like, you know, oh, 2 hours ago, he hit him with a prop beer, so he fucking destroyed his face. He should be prosecuted, period. Now, here's the video that I already had ready for you guys where you can hear from Psycho Steve himself, and there's a bunch of other stuff, so buckle in. All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. So I did a live stream earlier about this incident with Rampage Jackson, you know, where he went totally insane and attacked this dude in the ring and stretched him out, whatever. And in all of the coverage that I've seen on YouTube so far, and I apologize to anybody who might have had this in their videos, I have not seen anyone share this, which is who the victim is, what his story is, because in my opinion, it makes it way worse, right? I mean, it makes it way worse. And also, I'm going to show you some of the insane takes that people are giving on this entire incident. Like, I wish I would have known this when I did my live stream because I would have responded to it then. Actually, whatever. Now I get to actually do a real video about this, so, you know, it is what it is. But we're going to get into all of that, all right? And we're also going to revisit the actual incident itself because I want to show you something that I missed the first time, and I think it's actually really important. We're combat sports fans, okay? So it's important that we look at something that happened here, and we're going to do that in a second. Now, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, or don't. You know, if you want to, like the video, whatever. Okay, so this is the context of who this guy is, all right? So this is Psycho Steve. He is the victim of this knockout, attack that Raja did on him. But just so we're clear, on Twitter, he is officially a, like, Nazi leader white supremacist now, according to apparently, like, black Twitter, as you'll see shortly. But here's who he actually is. Listen.
Pro in 2009. I had just got out of the military, probably about 6 months earlier. I got out of the military, I joined Knox Pro, you know, because I needed something to focus on. I needed something to help me adjust back into civilian life. You know, a lot of veterans, it's hard for them to readjust into civilian life coming from the life of the military. I'm an American soldier that suffers from PTSD. Being in front of a crowd, it doesn't give me as much anxiety and aggression as I thought it would.
So the guy's a soldier who started wrestling to deal with his PTSD. Okay, that's who Psycho Stu is. Now, in fairness, he seemed to be drunk, maybe at the beginning of the incident. You know, where he hit him with the prop can. We'll look at that again in a second. But it's like, hey, thank you for your service, Psycho Steve. I'm going to now beat you half to death because of a misunderstanding that happened earlier. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to show you guys after we look at the fight again is I just watched ITP's video on this. And let me tell you what he did an exceptional job in terms of his coverages, is he showed throughout this stream how what actually happened between when the beer can incident happened and when Raja went into the ring and broke this guy's face was he got riled up by his chat. Okay, like that's what actually happened. It's very obvious when ITP like runs through it that, yeah, they squashed it, right? Because if you're like a normal person, you have to be asking yourself, you're like, okay, wait, so yeah, I understand, hit him with a beer can and then they like shook hands and were cool. And then 2 hours later, you do this. And to the people that I'm going to address shortly on Twitter who are like, yeah, hey, that dude hit him with a beer can and got knocked out, dog. And you're all, okay. Are you saying that that is a justified response 2 hours later? Like, listen, if you wanted to knock him out for hitting you with a beer can, you should have done it when he hit you with the beer can. Okay? If you responded, like if that happened, right? The guy comes up to you for no reason, hits you with a beer can, and you whip his fucking ass. At least then you're like, dude, I'm not a wrestler. What do I know? Some fucking shirtless Nazi looking dude. You know, if you want to play the fucking race card, like all of Twitter is apparently. Play the fucking race card. He's like, the guy looks like he's in the KKK, rolls up on me for no reason. I'm just having a good time. He smashes a beer bottle on my head. I don't let people fuck around with me like that. So I whipped his ass. No one would have a question about that. Like literally, that if that's what he did, no one would have an issue with it. Me or anybody else. You walk up on a random dude and hit him with a beer bottle or whatever, beer can, like, you know, misunderstanding or not, if you make that type of mistake, you get beat up sometimes. You know what I mean? But to go back, like to make up, handshake, we're good. Go to your seats and then look at your fucking live stream chat where a bunch of weirdos are like, you pussy, you let him punk you. It's like, what, dude? Hey, he didn't punk me, man. Ain't nobody punking me. Watch this. I'm about to get in there and I'm about to break his face. Like, but real quick, this is important, okay, to the combat sports community. Watch this, okay? So I want you guys to watch when the wrestler who was successfully pulled him off gets in there because we're going to be doing a technique. Oh, by the way, anybody who is still saying that this is a work, the only way, for the record, the only possible way that this is a work is what Rampage Jackson said right here, okay? He says it right here when he was in the club where he's like, this right here.
I hope it stays because sometimes people do hardcore. Some people do hardcore.
Okay, that's the only way it's a work is if they're doing hardcore, which means like, he's like, go for it, dude. Like, just do whatever. Like, you know, you're not going to kill me, so just beat me, whatever. That's the only way that it's a work. I do not believe that it is a work because this is insane. So to anybody who has been trying to argue that these punches are not landing, you're fucking wrong. And look at the video. Okay? Stop saying that those are not real punches. You're embarrassing yourself. I'm telling you guys, if you're saying it's a work and you're just saying like Psycho Steve agreed to get his head bashed in, that's one thing. But stop telling people that these are not real punches, okay? All you're doing is making yourself look like you are blind. I guess blind would be my take. Yeah, like one of my regular viewers is all, he was punching him in the chest. And yeah, he just punched him twice in the chest. After he punched him 15 times in the head and then goes back to the head. Okay, watch this. Look at that. Bro. That dude just used a pro wrestling technique in a real fight, and it kind of worked. Look at this. He used it like, that's like a fucking pro wrestling move. I don't even know what to call that. Some kind of like headlock shoulder drop shit. You know what I mean? I'm sure you fucking wrestling guys know what it is. Don't break my balls. That's never worked before in a real fight, for God's sake.
Hey, you gotta stop this shit, man. Hey. Stop this shit, man.
A wrestler defended that good. Raj had double unders. Fucking wrestler throws double overs. Used his weight well. That was good, dude. And then he headbutts him right here. Oh, hang on. Let me mute this because right now he's going to headbutt him. Watch this. Boom. Yeah, boy. That's how we do it in the streets. Headbutting fools. Okay. So let's move over to here, though, and listen to ITP break down some of this. And I want to react to some of it, too, because he did a really good job on all of this. Hang on. So
I will have a link in the description where you can watch the whole thing yourself. You know, I make a lot of videos where I'll say that I disagree with what someone did or what someone said, but I'll still make a few dumb jokes and try to make light of the situation, but this is some genuinely despicable stuff, and the fact that everything that—
Hang on, sorry. I'm going to fast forward to where this starts. Okay, here we go.
What are you worried about Psycho Stu?
Psycho Stu?
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah. Hey, I think that's a little...
So, I'm not going to lie, dude. For the first time, that does look weird to me, actually. Like, I mean, obviously, Psycho Stu is a pro wrestler and is hitting him with things like a pro wrestler. But this is the first time that actually, that does look very suspect to me, dude. That looks very suspect to me. Because the story is that Rampage's son was an unwitting, like, participant in this thing, right? At this stage. That this happened, and then, like, hours later, he went in there and reacted to it. But I'm telling you, I literally have been making fun of everybody, calling it a work, but here's why I say that. Watch how Raja reacts when the dude takes up the beer can like he's going to hit him. Watch.
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah. Hey, I think that's a little...
He let him hit him with that can. You know what I'm saying? Like, bottom line. This might actually be a work. I can't fucking believe I'm saying that. Now, I'm going to break this down exactly why I'm saying that. But first, a word from our sponsor, Prize Picks. Get that free money. It's NFL time, and that means it's time for you to join Prize Picks. I don't understand. What's daily fantasy? I'll explain that later. What you need to know right this second is that if you deposit $5 and put it in play, they will guarantee give you a free $50 regardless of whether or not you win with that $5 entry fee. Wait, I deposit $5 and I get $50 back regardless of whether I win. Yes, that's correct. So that'd be a 10x return guaranteed. Yeah, that's correct. So who wouldn't do that? I don't know, man. You tell me. Everybody is doing it. So tell us what else we get aside from $50 free. Well, you get to play the best daily fantasy game on the entire internet. Talk to me like a child and explain to me how to play. Prize Picks could not make this game more simple. You're going to pick which sport you want to play, and then you're going to start picking players that you're going to add to your roster. Then we're going to decide whether they're going to get more or less than the stat line provided by Prize Picks. We're going Shedeur Sanders, and we're going more because we are eternal optimists. Let's say you want to start small and you put $5 in play on your first roster. You can win up to $187.50. But if you're a big baller and you want to put, let's say, $50 in play, you can win up to $1,875. But let's say you are a big wallet gangster and you want to put $500 into a single roster. You can win up to $18,750 if all of your players deliver. Now, we also got some new features coming in with this new football season, and you're going to be able to play the same player up to 3 times with 3 different stat lines if you want. It's already live on Major League Baseball and WNBA. When you go to Prize Picks, you use the link in the description and you sign up and you use promo code JesseOnFire, you are going to get a free $50 once you put $5 in play. Use the link in the description, sign up using promo code JesseOnFire, put in $5 in play, and get your free $50 back. That's a 10x return. You are welcome. I love all of you guys. Let's go. I mean, listen, to be fair, obviously we know that some of this was scripted, right? Like, but the story that we're being told is that this was a misunderstanding. That's why they do the apologies afterwards. And then subsequently, he goes in there thinking that he's going to do this, whatever, or like everybody thinks he's going in there. He's going to take him down, hit him a couple times, and then he goes fucking insane. But now that I can pretty much verify that this was completely inorganic, this is not real. I can't believe I missed it the first time, dude.
You don't know me?
Watch it again, dude. Raj is a professional fighter, okay? He's going to have muscle memory to slip anything that is flying in his direction, whether it's a punch or any other thing. A man is standing in front of him and winds up and swings at him, and he just sits there and allows himself to get hit, dude. That's not real.
Me? Hell no. Yeah. Hey, I think that's a little...
Look at that, dude. He just stood there and let him hit him. That's fucking fake, dude. And I mean, like, that's fake on, like, this story is not true now. So, you know, did his chat really, like, was it like because this was planned. I'm telling you that right now. Based on that, now you watched in real time. I just got convinced that that's a plan. So did he get convinced between, like, it was a work and then his chat was calling him a pussy so much that he just, like, spazzed out and, like, that's wild, dude. That was not my intention. I'm probably going to make this the title of the fucking video now.
Oh, you don't sell it?
Easy. He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
You're good.
What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it?
Dude, he's not a fucking
Bro,
Stu is drunk. Okay. And then they're going to, you know, like they're going to kiss and make up, whatever. Now, if there is a person who's going to do hardcore wrestling and allow themselves to get fucking smashed like that, Psycho Stu is the exact kind of dude that would do that. I literally cannot believe I'm even entertaining this.
worker, bro.
what the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro.
Oh, sorry about
Nah,
that.
I will fuck him
we're
up,
good.
bro.
I know
Nah,
you will.
nah.
We're good.
I will
Sorry
fuck
about
him
that.
up, bro.
I know you will.
I don't play that shit.
Look, I think that we can all agree that this guy smashing a can on Raj's head was completely uncalled for, and I would argue that any of us would be pissed off too if that were done to us. The can smasher's name is Psycho Stu, and it seems clear that this was the first time he and Raja had met. I also think it says a lot that all the other
I don't know what to make. Like, maybe fucking Raj was just like, it's impossible he's actually going to hit me. Is he faking like he's going to hit me? Like, you know what I mean? And that's why he didn't react, because he's like, this is impossible. He's not really going to do it. And also, you could obviously tell, again, as a pro fighter, you could tell whether or not someone's throwing a real strike at you. You know, if they're kind of like that, he's kind of like, what's happening? But he let him hit him with that.
wrestlers who saw what happened immediately jump in to let Raja know that Psycho Stu was out of line. Stu says he thought Raja was a fellow pro wrestler, which I really don't know if that makes smashing a can on his head any more reasonable. But for what it's worth, Stu does apologize pretty quickly after realizing what he did was stupid. In fact, Stu apologizes 2 more times after this.
Don't fucking seal that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. Hey, it's gonna all work out.
Yeah, as long as I can do that. Yeah.
It's all gonna work out.
All right, bet.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I appreciate it.
I didn't know. I thought you were camera.
Stu's wasted. Now, again, I talked about this in my live stream, and I will reiterate it again, okay? Stu looks like, you know, he's got a big beard. He's a fucking pro wrestler or whatever. But if you have a trained eye, okay, this is not a guy who is a formidable opponent at all, okay? Like, he's a drunken, you know, big-bodied, slow-ass motherfucker who's wasted. Like, you remember the incident where Matt Serra had to, like, restrain the dude in Las Vegas, and the guy was, like, spazzing out trying to fight. Matt Serra was, like, laughing and had him in full mount and was just kind of, like, restraining him. He's like, okay, guy. Like, okay, guy. Like, that's the appropriate response, how you deal with a threat from someone who is an absolute non-threat to you. And as much as Psycho Steve probably looks like a threat to most normal people, to you guys, I assume, to trained eyes, like eyes that can address like that, this is not a threat to Raja at all. Like, he is equivalent to that dude on Matt Serra. So, like, he doesn't even sound like he's, like, speaking English well when he's apologizing. So, I don't know. Either this is a work or, like, yeah. Anyway, but like I said, we're going to watch him get super riled.
I get it.
We're gonna work it out. Well, he's gonna come out on your mat, Juice. I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working.
I get it. Yeah. I get it now. Now you
know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Os? We're always working. So we'll set it up. I'll have him come out during your mat so we could fucking seal the whole thing and we'll make something out of it.
Like, the guy clearly felt bad about what he did, and he went out.
If this is a work, it's one of the most genius ones, like, ever. Because I am now back and forth on it. I think probably not, though. I mean, I can't imagine that anyone would agree to get assaulted to that level, you know? But, like, the rest of this doesn't add up, dude. Because, like, Raja let him hit him with that can. He let him do that. So how are they acting like they didn't know afterwards, and then, like, now they're planning to go in? And, like, if that is, that would be part of the thing. It's like, okay, if we're gonna go pro, then we're gonna pretend like he just lost it when he went in there and just beat the fuck out of him. I mean, I guess it is possible. So to anybody I called a fucking retard, I half apologize. Unless your argument was that those were not real punches that were landing on his head, because that's just fundamentally stupid. It just might be that he's one of these hardcore psychos that's like, anything for the show, dude. Stick a razor blade through my eye.
Out of his way to apologize 3 whole times within 5 minutes of the incident. It was obviously a really stupid thing for him to do, but the guy was a man enough to admit his mistake, and at this point, that's the best thing that he could have done, and I personally feel like all of his apologies were sincere. And I will say that at this point in the live stream, it really did seem like cooler heads prevailed. The guys were able to broker some peace between Raja and Stu, and the plan was for Raja to be a surprise guest during the wrestling match where he gets to take down Stu and land a punch or two, but like fake wrestling punches, obviously. Raja was given the VIP treatment by the show where he got to be backstage and hang out with the crew, and he was given front row seats for when the event started. It seemed like water was under the bridge and everyone was on the same page until Raja sat down and started reading his live stream chat.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, dude. Okay, I'm not going to play ITP's entire fucking video. He's already got 115,000 views on this. I don't give a fuck. I'll react to it, dude. You already got that. You already got those views, dog. Okay? I'm going to react to your video because it's excellent. Okay? You did an excellent job, ITP. I am impressed. And he also has great takes here, too. Very insightful gentleman, this faceless ITP. Because this is where he goes in on, like, watch this fucking guy get all worked up over his fucking chat, dude. Okay? Like, come on. Okay? You need to be I know you're fucking 25 years old, you know? And maybe, like, culturally, that's not a race comment, just into wherever you come from. You know, it's more prone to, like, I don't let people punk me and I can't let people think they're getting over on me. But it's like, dude, the internet, the people who are saying he made you look like a pussy are probably fucking 12 years old, dude. Okay? Like, you can't be concerned with the opinions of faceless people on the internet if you want to be any type of public figure. Okay? Like, you cannot be this susceptible to this shit, you know? Watch this.
And unfortunately, this guy got rage baited by his chat so hard to the point where he went from relatively chill about the situation all the way back to wanting to fight Psycho Stu again.
So, GF, and the motherfucker hit me with a can, thought I was a pro wrestler and shit because I have a camera and stuff. And he's a little, like, fucked up, little drunk or something. And shit pissed me off. And I'm gonna have to get him back. They said I can go in the ring and get it that. I don't even know what I'm gonna do to him.
I don't know what I'm going to do to him. They're like, hey, so it'll be cool. Do you go in there, you know, you slam him a little bit, land a couple punches, whatever. He's all right, cool. And they're like, all right, it's all agreed to. And he's all, I don't know what I'm going to do to him yet, though. And they're like, well, what do you mean? I think this is, like, scripted, right? He's all, yeah, but I might just decide to, like, take a battle axe and then stick it through his forehead. They're all, wait, what? He's like, listen, you open the door to my revenge, and I decide what revenge is going to be. I might, actually, knock him unconscious, go to his house, kill his kids, and then take his wife as my sex slave. You're all, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? He hit you with a prop can. Like, what is wrong with you? Don't let the chat rile you up.
You thought I was at a gay strip club. What the fuck?
He literally said that he and Stu were chill like 15 minutes earlier, but his dumbass chat kept calling him a pussy for not fighting him on the spot over a misunderstanding.
No, I'm beating this guy.
No, that's correct. Not that he's a pussy for not fighting him on the spot. But let's assume this was actually real, or let's assume it's real. You're a pussy for not fighting him on the spot, and then later, when you're not face-to-face with them, sneaking in under the auspices that you are supposed to be there doing a scripted thing, and then you just take it upon yourself to beat the guy to death. That's pussy, okay? Believe it or not, you guys, you can win fights. I mean, all of you guys know this. I don't even know why I say shit like that. Like, I don't know why I frame it like that as if I'm talking to people who don't know this. I know all of my audience is very educated in fucking violence. I know. I'm not talking to you guys. Let's pretend that I'm talking to some random third party that's not you guys. Believe it or not, young children who need education on this, okay, you can, in fact, win a fight and look like a pussy, okay? That is absolutely something that can happen. You can win a violent altercation and look like a complete pussy. That happens all the time, actually, you know, to, like, people who are more, have more wisdom and ability to judge these things, right? Like, you might fool the retards. You know, the retards all, damn, dog, that's a dude you don't fuck with. It's like, okay. Hey, look, you won over the fucking, the 17-year-olds and the fucking 8 brain cell guys, okay? To people like me and the majority of my fucking viewers, we look at you, you're like, hey, you let your emotions take over to that? Like, Really? You're a pussy. Control yourself, you fucking pussy. You know? This bitch shit. You let them. Now, again, this might be fake. It is possible that it's fake.
Ass, bro. I'm trying to see how long I get to stay in there for. I don't know how long I get to stay in there for.
Bro, when the cops see this clip, which they absolutely will, by the way, seeing as it's not hard at all to find the full live stream online, they are going to realize that the attack was premeditated, which is going to make this situation so much worse for Raja.
I'm shutting this fucking shit down, chat. Fuck this dude. I ain't gonna hurt him too bad, though.
You really see the descent into madness as he lets himself get riled up again by his chat. Mind you, by the time that he says this, the event has been going on for about 50 minutes, and the entire time he's been staring at his phone talking to the chat. This is some hardcore mental illness. He's invited to be a special guest at the show, he claims to be a fan of pro wrestling, yet he's consumed by the thoughts and opinions of people he doesn't even know who are egging him on to commit battery live on camera. Is this seriously what the world has come to now?
You think I'm capping? Cairo, you think I'm fucking capping? I'm not capping, nigga. Straight up. Oh, you think he's stronger than me? I'm not playing. I'm straight up, for real. I'm not playing no games.
See, he's like a scary guy. Not in like a good way, you know, like in a way where, because he doesn't seem like he's that riled up, you know, like he's kind of like calm and he's like, yeah. Like I would never be around. I don't like being around people like him, dude. I don't like unpredictable, like potential emotional violent outburst guys. You know what I mean? I like being around guys who are capable of inflicting whatever they want and are in absolute total control of themselves. Well prepared and also good at making decisions under pressure. This kind of shit is unnerving, and I can always pick them out too. Like I could sniff that out in people real quick, and it's like, fuck, man, I don't like being around this fucking guy. I don't know if he's gonna yell at me or something. You know, I make a lot of jokes. I don't want him to yell at me, and I sure as hell don't want him to fucking attack me when my back is to him and then beat me half to death because I said something on a video or something. I don't know. This is a very bizarre situation, dude. Okay. And then so afterwards, he's out here like, you know, doing all this. Apparently, oh, one other thing. I think he got kicked off Kick. I think he got kicked off Kick. Okay, let me see. So did he get kicked? Like, let me see. Here it is. Oh, this is Rampage. Rampage Jackson, IRL. Dude, I've never even fucking, maybe I should get on Kick if these, like, you know, because Rampage apparently was like begging forgiveness from Kick, which means, I mean, there's only one reason he would do that. It means he's making a lot of money on Kick. Shit, my streams would be boring as fuck. They're all, oh, what's Jesse doing? They're all, he's filming videos. They're all, well, can't I just watch the video later? It's like, yes. And then later it's all, what's he doing now? They're all, he's training jiu-jitsu. They're all, again, it's like, yes. Now what's he doing? He's hanging out, going to dinner and with his kids. And like, now what? They're like, well, now he's probably going to bang his wife for a few hours, but you can't watch that. So, you know, it would just get very repetitive, I feel like. But apparently people make real money. Okay, hang on. So Raja Jackson. Oh, man, he's not there no more. No more Raja Jackson. So he got banned, it looks like. I have not, I mean, I gotta be honest, dude. The only reason that we have any impression that Psycho Steve is like okay is because of Rampage's statement. But one thing that happens here in the, oh wait, I'm sorry, that's the wrong clip. Right here in this thing is right here when he finds out that he's still stretched and unconscious on this phone call. Listen to this.
The last thing you should be worrying about is if Noob Slayer 69 thinks the altercation was staged.
Who told you to double leg that motherfucker and start welding him? I just saw the video.
Shit pissed me off though, Andre.
I understand that, but now they can't wake the nigga up. He's fucking in the ring, fucking flatline, bro.
My bad.
You didn't have to do all that shit. I understand y'all had heat. You didn't have to fucking take it there.
My bad. What in the lack of accountability and emotional control is...
Bro, that dude is staying awful calm. You know, like guys all, hey man, you didn't have to take it there. It's like, that's like, I'm like impressed with that guy. He's all, my bad. You're all, my bad? You almost killed one of the guys. Like, yeah, it's your bad. Like, this is gonna end real bad for you, dude. This is gonna end real bad, you know? But like, my bad. My bad, dude. Oh shit, man, my bad. It's like, hey, man, that shit pissed me off. You're all cool. Like, that's a really important detail. Okay, now, the last section that I wanted to go through here is this, okay? Listen to fucking Twitter, dude. Okay? Listen to these people on Twitter, okay? Look at, that's not an excuse. Look at, that's not an excuse to hit someone in the head with a can because he said he doesn't know him. Why are y'all making the news like the wrestler is the victim? I mean, there was like 2 hours in between the attacks. Okay. Hang on. And look at this. This is what I'm saying. So say you're racist without saying you're racist. Oh, geez. I'm sorry. Was a black guy involved in an altercation with a white guy? Well, geez, clearly this is a hate crime and we need all of Black Twitter to come to Raja Jackson's aid. Look at this. I tried to look up his military history, didn't find much. Probably didn't do shit in the army as far as I've been able to find. Anyone's know about his service? Any photos of him dress uniform and ribbons? Why? Like, why is this important? You know? Like, why are you trying? He's all that guy, his military service is a sham. And you're all, based on what? He's all, well, he lost a fight to a black guy.